Welcome student to my channel Educare Maths and Science. Today I just discussed the introduction of the mensuration. That is a very important part from the class 7 certain and the class 8. But in case of the mensuration, this is a different pattern of the mathematic part. That is in trigonometry, the algebra, the arithmetic, and the mensuration also is different part. But there is a very interrelation between the geometry and the arithmetic or the mathematical calculation. Actually, the mensuration means in case of geometry the difference geometrical figure, that is the proving and other things. But in case of the mensuration, suppose in case of the mensuration that you calculate, that means the mathematical reduction of the geometrical figure. So in case of mensuration, when you solving this, the geometrical idea or the concept must be clear to you. For that reason, I just write down all these things, and that's just basic information of the geometrical figure, different geometrical figure. And in case of mensuration, actually we just calculate the area of the geometrical figure and the perimeter. So first one, actually in case of geometry, any geometrical figure, you cannot draw at least 3 points, 3 lines. Suppose the 2 lines are there. Suppose 2 lines. You cannot draw a fixed closed geometrical figure. If you draw an angle, in case of mensuration, just a basic idea about clear, each and every student you have the problem facing the geometrical figure and the mensuration, the calculation. Why? Because there is the no basic concept of the geometry. If there is a lack of concept of geometry, you cannot solve the any mensuration problem. Because in case of the mensuration, the geometry concept is very important. The figure idea, that is the parallel, the perpendicular, the angular bisector, all these things, the geometrical idea. In case of triangle, in case of square, in case of these are, you all know the geometrical figure, but the geometric concept is very important in case of solving the mensuration. For that reason, today is the first day, we just clear your concept of the geometry and related to the area and perimeter. Okay, that is the first class. Okay, so the basic thing is this: if you draw a closed geometrical figure, at least 3 lines are needed. 3 lines are needed. So first geometrical figure is the triangle. You cannot draw by the use of 2 lines a closed geometrical figure. If you not close the geometrical figure, you cannot calculate the area. What is the area of this? This is not a geometrical figure. What is the area? Is a long here. It is a long here. But if you draw a triangle means 3 sides are needed. Minimum 3 sides to draw a geometrical figure, and the triangle is the first geometrical figure. So triangle, so 3 sides is called the triangle, 4 sides is called the quadrilateral, 5 sides is called the pentagon, hexagon, heptagon. So many geometrical figures there. But these are the difference from the circle. Circle is a curved thing. This is a circle, is also a geometrical figure, but is a closed, but is the circle, the curve. It is a separate chapter, I just discussed separate, but in the straight line. So this is a triangle. So this is a square, quadrilateral. So this is a pentagon, 4 side, 5 side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 side. So this called the pentagon, this called the quadrilateral, this called the triangle. If the hexagon is there, suppose this hexagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hexagon, 6 sides. But in case of the area and perimeter, all these things, all are the equal inside. That is called the regular hexagon, regular pentagon. All these are discussed here for that. The formula on the basis of this. And when you're solving the area and the perimeter of this, certain formula have to remember. In case of algebra, suppose you know a plus b whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So if you just remember the formula, you can solve this from. Solve the sum. So many formulas I write down. First, you just clear your conception about the geometrical figure and you just remember the formula. But the deep idea of the conception is very important to solving a mensuration sum. Okay. So the first basic geometrical figure is a triangle. First geometrical figure is triangle is needed for 3 minimum sides. So here we write down the triangles. I just write down all these things for the time saving and also the better understanding. So triangle, you know what is being the 3 types of triangle actually. Equilateral triangle. Lateral means the side is the Latin word. So equilateral triangle means, suppose these. The concept, first you clear your concept to solving the mensuration. This is for needed for just solving the mensuration in case of mathematics, because the mensuration is very much interrelated to the geometry. So suppose A, B, C. What do you mean by the equilateral triangle? Equilateral triangle means all sides are equal. That means you write AB is equal to BC equal to AC. Suppose this is 4 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter, this is also 4 centimeter. That we call the equilateral triangle. First one, the concept must be clear. This is very much important in case of the mensuration. Is clear to you? Now, area, area and perimeter. Actually, what do you mean by the perimeter? Perimeter means the boundary. You starting from here, these to this, these to this, and these to this. What is the total distance? So here is 4 plus 4 plus 4. All are centimeter. That means 4 plus 4, 4, 8. 8 plus 4, 2. So what is the perimeter of this triangle? ABC. Perimeter means only the boundary. Just you add it. Only the boundary. That means the distance you calculate. Okay. So this is 4 plus 4 plus 4, 12 centimeter. But the concept is that area. Area means what is the area in that place you covered. That means ABC is a triangle which area, which amount of this land is covered here. That is actually called the area. Area means this part. Area means this part. Area means this part. So here is a formula. Here is a formula of the area of the equilateral triangle. That is this. What is the formula? The area formula is root 3 by 4 into a square. You know A is a side. In case of the equilateral triangle, you just remember. It will be proved. But in case of mensuration, just you remember this formula, put the value. What is this? If A is 4 here, so root 3 by 4 into 4 into 4. Cut. So 4 root 3. But area is always, the unit is centimeter square or meter square. In just you find, just try check. What is the area? Area means centimeter square or meter square. In case of perimeter, that is the meter and centimeter. That is very important. Unit is very important. Unit is very important in case of calculation and the answer. In case, Barbara, each and every time I remember to, I just repeatedly say, in case of perimeter, the unit is meter or centimeter. Perimeter. But in case of area, always meter square or centimeter square. Or the kilometer square and other things, the larger unit are also there. Okay. But always the square. But in case of perimeter, only the length you calculate. Suppose 4 plus 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 plus 4, 12 meter or centimeter. But in case of area, that you just calculate this part. This part. So this is actually the area. So this is the unit is centimeter square or meter square. But the boundary, that is actually the perimeter. Okay. So many formulas are right down here. So there are different types of triangle. The basic concept must be clear to solving the mensuration any sum. The concept must be clear. One time you just solve in sum in your home also. Now where? Here. So one is the equilateral triangle. One is the isosceles triangle. What do you mean by the isosceles triangle? Isosceles triangles means here is this. Two sides equal, one side unequal. This called the isosceles triangle. Suppose this is A, and this is B. This called the isosceles triangle. That means this side equal to this side. You know it. This is 4 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter. Suppose this is 10 centimeter. Okay, no problem. So this is 4, equal side, and this base is 10. So area, perimeter is 4 plus 4 plus 10. For 14, 18 centimeter. This is centimeter. If this is meter. But what is the area? Area means what is the covered. What is this? What is the measurement or area of this land, this part, this called the area. The formula is this. Here is this. That means this is base. This is base. So area is b square by 2 root over a square. This is a square minus b square by 4. This is the formula. You just remember this formula for calculating the sum. Perimeter is this. A plus b also. Okay, just the length. Meter or centimeter. But in case of area, what is the area? Just you remember the base, the half base, or b by 2 root over of a square means the common equal side, and a square minus b square by 4. That is the formula. For that reason, write down all the formula. First, in case of the solving the mensuration, the concept must be clear, the geometrical figure idea is clear, and the formula you remember. Okay. And now the third one is called the scaling triangle. Scaling triangle means actually, you know, 3 sides equal, 2 sides equal. Now scaling triangle is 3 sides unequal. A, B, C. Suppose this is 4, this is 8, this is 12 centimeter. The property, the sum of two sides is always greater than third side. So this is 8 plus 4, now this is 14. Now sum of two sides, this is 10. So this sum of two sides always greater than third side. Suppose sum of two sides 4, 8 plus 4, 8 plus 4, 12, this is 10. Sum of two sides always greater than the third side, so triangle will be possible. That is a geometrical theorem. So, okay, so this is scaling triangle. So, what is the perimeter? Perimeter is 4 plus 10 plus 8. Okay, 18, 4, 18, 22 centimeter or meter. But what is the area means this part? This part you apply the Heron's formula. Heron is a scientist, Heron's formula. So, this is the formula. Heron's formula you apply any geometrical, any sides. If you know the side, if you know the measurement of the side, you can calculate from the Heron's formula. Heron's formula says S. S means the half of the perimeter. Half of the perimeter. So here is A. Suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. A plus B plus C by 2. First you calculate S. Okay. And now the formula, the area is root over of S. S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. S you put from this calculation, half of the perimeter, and S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, the square root of this. So from there you calculate the area of the scaling triangle. And the perimeter is this. Is clear to you? Is clear to you? And one important formula in the theorem you just always remember for solving the sum is Pythagoras theorem. That is write down here. Pythagoras theorem is very important to calculation. Pythagoras theorem says this right angle triangle is always right angle triangle. So this is called the hypotenuse, opposite of the 90 degree. So hypotenuse square is equal to this. This is A, 90 degree. So this is A, this is BC. Pythagoras theorem says always hypotenuse square, A square is equal to perpendicular. Suppose this is perpendicular and this is base square. That is very important. That is very important in case of the geometrical, find out the area and other things. And the proving Pythagoras theorem, you just remember for that. Okay, clear. This is the one theorem. Now, I just discussed here already, the unit is always centimeter or meter, perimeter, any of this. Now, we just come out the quadrilateral. You know the different quadrilateral. So, basically, these 5 quadrilaterals are equal. Square, rectangle, parallelogram, rhombus, and trapezium. So shape of this and the property of this very important. In case of square, you know always, you know all these things. Square means all sides equal. The property of the geometry square is very important in case of solving the mensuration. In case, basic idea, square means, what do you mean by the square? Square means all sides equal and angle is 90. They say that is very important. And the diagonal is also equal. Suppose A, B, C, D, the diagonal BD, diagonal BD equal to AC. These are all the property. BD is equal to AC, and this is bisect 90 degree. That is very important. Bisect each other. That means if this is O, so BO is equal to DO. AO is equal to CO. This is all the property. You first remember all the property. Then you very easy to solve the mensuration sum. Is okay to you? Clear. Now this is the square. Now this is the square. And suppose this is the rectangle. Rectangle means A, B, C, D, L, L, B, B. That means opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. Angle is 90. Angle is 90. Diagonal equal. Diagonal equal. That means AC equal to BD. Diagonal equal. The property is this. But diagonal bisect each other also. DO is equal to BO. DO is equal to BO. I just first, you just know all these things. The concept must be clear to solving the sum. But it's not 90 degree, bisect 90 degree. These are the all property in your brain. So easy to solve the mensuration sum. Okay, that is the basic idea. Rectangle, square and rectangle is clear. Now, what is the area? This is A, this is A. So, what is the perimeter? What is the perimeter of the square? Perimeter means A plus A plus A plus A. That is actually 4A. That means 4 into side. This is the perimeter. Perimeter of the square, 4 into side. Meter or centimeter. But what is the area? Area is length into breadth. That means A into A square. So this is meter square or cm square. Always unit is square. Is clear to you? So in case of the rectangle, that is very important. Rectangle. This is L, this is B, this is B, this is L. So perimeter L plus B plus L plus B. Okay. So this is 2L plus 2B. Very fast to calculate. So this is meter, centimeter or meter. That means what is the perimeter of the rectangle? 2L plus B. That means 2 bracket, use bracket, length plus breadth. Length plus breadth. That is the formula you remember. And what is the area? Area length into breadth. So L into B, meter square or cm square. What is the area of the rectangle? L into B. Length into breadth. Is clear to you? Okay. Now, other 3 are there. This is a basic square and rectangle. You just remember all the formula. Now, the one is other is a parallelogram. This is actually the parallelogram. Parallelogram means opposite sides are parallel. Is nothing but a different shape of the rectangle. Rectangle, what is the difference? Rectangle is, this is 90 degree. Just you tilt. এরম ছিল, এটা এরম ছিল, জাস্ট এটা বেঁকিয়ে দিয়েছো। So just you 90 degree এটা চেঞ্জ হয়ে গেছে। Or are equal. These opposite sides parallel, opposite sides equal, all these things. Okay. Okay. If this is L, this is B, L, B. So what is the length? Perimeter L plus B plus B. So 2 bracket L plus B. That is the perimeter. But the difference of their area. What is the area? Base into height. Suppose you draw a height. So this is the base. Suppose this is base. So base L into H. This is base, and this is the height. So what is the area of the parallelogram? Area of the parallelogram, base into height. But what is the area of this rectangle? Length into breadth. That is the base is different. Okay. If you just reverse, that means if you take this is the base. So what is the height? This, suppose this is H1. So this is in that case. So this is base, and this is H1 is the height. All the 2 areas same, but if you just different way, you just calculate. If this is you take, you know this the base, and you just know this. So what is the area? Base into height. If you know this, and if you know this, what is the area? Base into height. Okay. In that case, the height is this, and in that case, the height is this. Okay. Height means always the 90 degree. Perpendicular. Height means always this is the 90 degree. In that, this is a very clear conception. This is not the height. What is the height? This is not the height. Height means always 90 degree. That is the height. Okay. It's clear too. Height means the perpendicular distance. Okay. Now, there is rhombus. Here is the very interrelation between rectangle and parallelogram. Just you tilt. In case of the rhombus, that is actually tilting of the square. Just you draw a square. Here is a square. That is the clear conception. This is a square. But rhombus means just you tilt, same size. Just his angle is not 90. This is 90. This is 90 degree. The square. But in case of rhombus, this is not 90 degree. All sides are equal. 90 degree. These diagonal bisect each other with 90 degree also. In case of this. Here is this. 90 degree. In case of the diagonal you draw, in case of the rhombus, diagonal also bisect with 90 degree and equal. These are equal. Suppose AO is equal to BO. AO is equal to BO, same as square. CO is equal to DO, CO is equal to DO, same as square. What is the length? Perimeter. This is A, this is A, this is A, 4A. Here is also A, 4A. But the difference of their area. What is the area? Length into breadth, A into A square. But what is the area of this? Area is this. Here you write down this half bracket D1 into D2. In case of the rhombus, you just calculate the diagonal. Suppose this is D1, this is D2. These are all you remember. If the formula is remember, you solving the sum very easily. And area, meter square or centimeter square. And the perimeter is only the length. So meter or centimeter is clear to you. The basic conception of the geometry is very important to solving the mensuration sum. Okay, very important. So this is D1 and D2. In case, what is the difference? This is the length into breadth. L into, this is A square. But here is the area. Half, just you remember. Half multiply of the product of the diagonal. This is the area of the rhombus. Is clear to you? Is clear to you? Now the last one is called the trapezium. This actually called the isosceles trapezium. Isosceles trapezium means these two sides are equal. So this is parallel. In case of trapezium, you know, two opposite sides are parallel and two opposite sides are unparallel. So this is parallel. Isosceles trapezium, this is A, sides are same. Isosceles, suppose this is C, this is D. And suppose this is H. Okay. So is a perimeter? Perimeter means this plus this plus this plus this. Perimeter means only the boundary. Don't do big panic. But area. What is the area? Area is half sum of the parallel side. Because this is C. C plus D, sum of the parallel side into H. You just remember, what is the area of the trapezium? Half. Here is A, half. Sum of the parallel side A plus B into H. H is this and this is half. So here, this is half. Sum of the parallel side. This is C. This is, suppose this is 2. This is 4. So half bracket 2 plus 4 and height is, suppose this is 5. So this is 5. This is the area of the trapezium. You just remember. And unit is meter square or centimeter square. Is okay to you? Clear? Clear? Now, and you know one property in case of the parallelogram. The triangle, each and every shape you just calculate from a triangle. Each and every shape. Suppose is a parallelogram. Sorry, it's a parallelogram. Oh, sorry. What is the train? The parallelogram. If you just draw, it just actually bisect two congruent triangle. So in case of the parallelogram, this is the two congruent triangle you just and find out this area and you sum it. Sum the parallelogram. If you don't know the length, this. So you just draw it. In case different shape, suppose the different shape is there. These are irregular shape. Irregular shape, what in which you the perimeter you just, this is A, this is B, this is C, D, E. You just add. But in case, what is the area? You just draw it. All you triangle you draw. Triangle you draw. So many triangles you draw. Area of this triangle, area of this triangle, area of this triangle, and area of this triangle. Okay, then you sum, and all this you just measure in this step. So Pythagoras Heron's formula you apply, you calculate the area of this irregular shape. Is okay to you? So this for today. If you just understand, please share and subscribe the channel. Thank you, student. Next day I just solving the different mensuration sum. Okay, let's continue. Okay, thank you, student.